Here you play as a vengeful spirit that is quite literally made of shadows, which sounds like the edgy backstory of a DeviantArt OC created by a 14-year-old listening to Linkin Park, but it actually works really well here. This is a pure stealth game in the strictest sense of the word. A lot of games these days claim to be stealth games, but they're actually just action games where you can crouch sometimes. In Aragami, you are a glass cannon. Actually, calling you a glass cannon is generous. You are more like a wet tissue paper cannon. If an enemy sneezes in your general direction or shines a flashlight on you, you just disintegrate. There's no blocking, there's no parrying, there is no press X to counter. If you get seen, you get put in the dirt. This forces you to play the game the way it was intended, stalking through the darkness and terrified of the light like a Discord moderator leaving his basement for the first time in 3 years. The core mechanic is this shadow leap ability, where you can teleport to any shadow in range. It feels incredibly snappy and satisfying to just zip around the map. You are constantly scanning the environment for patches of darkness to recharge your shadow essence, which creates this really fun rhythm of movement. The floor is lava, but instead of lava, it is bright light that strips you of your powers and leaves you naked and afraid. You can create your own shadows temporarily to bridge gaps, which makes you feel like a big brain tactician when you pull it off. You're hopping from roof to roof, dropping down on unsuspecting guards and swallowing them into the abyss. It scratches that itch for old school Tenchu gameplay that the industry has largely ignored for years. It doesn't try to be a massive open world RPG with crafting systems and fishing minigames. It knows exactly what it is, a game about stabbing dudes in the back and looking cool doing it. However, it is not without its jank. The game has a certain level of Eurojank to it despite being made by a Spanish studio. The movement, while fun, can sometimes feel a bit clunky. There will be times you try to teleport to a ledge and the cursor just refuses to lock on, leaving you standing there like a goober while a guard slowly turns around and spots you. And speaking of guards, the AI here is a mixed bag of nuts. Sometimes they are deaf, dumb, and blind, completely ignoring the fact that their best friend just vanished into a cloud of black smoke 3 feet away from them. Other times they have the omniscient awareness of a god and will spot your left earlobe sticking out of a shadow from across the courtyard. It can be frustrating when the rules of detection feel inconsistent, especially in a game where one mistake sends you back to the loading screen. The boss fights are also kind of weird, trying to shoehorn combat mechanics into a game that isn't built for it, but they are serviceable. Visually, the game has this really nice cel-shaded art style that helps it age pretty well. The bright red capes of the enemies pop against the dark environments, which is great for readability. The story is there, it exists, it's a standard revenge plot with some twists, but let's be real, you aren't here for Shakespeare. You are here to be a ninja. Despite the technical hiccups and the occasional frustration with the controls, it is a genuinely fun stealth experience that respects your time. It is challenging without being unfair, mostly. It rewards patience and planning, and clearing a room without anyone ever knowing you were there releases the good chemicals in the brain. It is a solid, focused indie title that does one thing and does it well.